Welcome to another episode of Demystifying Digital Marketing. Last time we spoke about the various tools that you need in order for you to start your first coding project. Remember, we say that one of the elements of digital marketing is having a website, and sometimes you might not have the budget to actually do a website, or rather to contract somebody to do a website for you, and you might actually need to do the website yourself. So this particular episode will just cover a bit of that practically. And as you can see, I've opened my browser. I prefer using Google Chrome. And of course, my search engine, I prefer Google as always. So in the previous episode, we talked about the various tools that we need to actually install in our machine. I've already installed them in my machine, but I'll show you how to download them and install in your own machine. Make sure you're in a place where you have internet enabled, you have at least access to stable internet, that is, so that we can actually do this together. So the first tool we talked about was called Xampp. Xampp, remember I said, was Xampp. So that is the first thing you need to download, Xampp. So just go to your browser and your search engine, whichever you prefer. As I said, I prefer Google Chrome. Type Xampp, Xampp. Download. So Xampp download, it's a free server. Xampp basically is a local server that you install in your machine to be able to help you simulate a normal web server that is always online. So you don't have to have internet. Once you install Xampp, you don't have to work with the cloud, or you don't have to access a server that is online for you to do your site. You can actually simulate that through this particular server that will be installed in your local machine. So you can see there is a website called Apache Friends. It's actually, Apache is the one that actually developed Xampp. It's an organization on its own. So just click on download Xampp, and you'll go to a website called apachefriends.org/download.html. So depending on your machine, remember we are using Windows. So for those people, in the last episode we talked about LAMP, we talked about WAMP. LAMP is for Linux, it's the same thing, it's just Xampp but for Linux. WAMP is still for Windows, but I prefer using Xampp. The only difference is in the directory location of where your website files will be. So for purposes of this tutorial, we'll use Xampp. Depending on your machine, of course we have 32-bit and 64-bit, you'll be able to see what to download. Automatically, this has actually detected that I'm in a 64-bit machine. So that's why the options that are actually here, download 64-bit, are the ones that are only showing. But if you're in a 32-bit machine, it will still show 32-bit machine. So I prefer downloading this version because it's more stable. Just download the version 7.3.27. Download it, it's 155 MB in size. Once you download, it should be able to take a few minutes, and then it will go to your download folder. As I said, on my end, I've already installed it, but you can actually just click on the downloadable file that you've downloaded. Once you click on the download, you can click on that file that actually comes to your download folder. It's called Xampp Windows Xampp or something. Xampp Windows X6473270 VC15. It's an installer basically. So you'll be able to find that under your downloads folder, and it should be somewhere there downloading. So just click on it. You can see it's here. Just click on it, but it's not yet completed downloading. But once it's complete, then you can be able to click on it and follow the instructions and install it to the fullest. Now, once you've finished installing Xampp, that you can do at your own time. Probably at this particular stage, you can just pause the video and wait for your Xampp to download and install until it completes the installation process. So you can just pause the video at this particular time, but for purposes of saving time, I'll go to the next tool. Remember I said for you to start coding, you need like an editor, and we talked about Notepad++ or Sublime Text. So personally, I prefer Sublime Text. I've already installed, and you can actually see it here. This is the interface of Sublime Text, where you can code the black screen that you always see on movies that talk about hacking and all that. You can also use Notepad++, so depending on which one you prefer, you can. Both of them are actually free of charge. So you can just click Notepad++, download, then it will take you to that particular website where you can actually download this second tool. So if you prefer Notepad++, the difference will just be in the interface itself, but whatever end result you'll get out of it will just be the same. So don't worry whether you're using Notepad++ or you're using Sublime. So this is the link for downloading Notepad++. For those who prefer Sublime Text, you can just Google Sublime Text editor download. It's here. Just click on that, and then you'll be able actually to go to the website where you'll be able to download Sublime. That's the same way you just download Notepad++. So follow the steps again. At this particular time, you can also still pause the video. Once you pause the video, you can now continue downloading in your own machine, and now you'll be able now to install completely. We assume that you've already installed Xampp as your local server. Now you've downloaded either Notepad++ or Sublime Text. As I've said, I've already downloaded Sublime Text and even installed, sent to the Xampp file. So you can always download. You can pause and download. So the next thing now that we have the two tools, we have either Notepad++ or Sublime, and you also have your server. The next thing is now to locate where you'll be able to store your files. Now, for purposes of this interview, we are using Xampp. Xampp website folders are stored under C, the drive C. Remember, you're using Windows operating system. I know most people use Windows. So you'll go to the C drive and then go to a folder called Xampp under C. Xampp, remember, is Xampp. I'm trying to find where is my Xampp. Just hold on, I find where my Xampp is. Where's my Xampp? Sorry. Okay, I haven't installed Xampp on this machine. Sorry, I'd forgotten that. I had installed it in a different machine. So for purposes of that, I'll have to just install Xampp on this machine before we continue. But I assume that you've already installed on your end. So since on my end it's still downloading, you can see here I still have like 25 MBs to go. A minute left. So let's just wait for it to download fast, then I'll be able to. But it should be under the C drive. Once you install, you'll be able to see that. So I assume right now you've installed your Sublime Text and all that. So let's do the next thing that we need to do. Open your Sublime text editor. I assume you've already installed that, so open your Sublime text editor, and the next thing that we're going to do is we will be able to write a simple website that will say, for example, hello Skyzone. Just pure HTML. Will not introduce any scripting language or any database where we're going to save this particular information that we have. So it will just be a simple website, no style sheets, no nothing, that will be able just to display the word hello Skyzone. Now, as I said, we're going to use HTML. So the first thing you'll do, you'll go to Sublime and say new. And in this case, you'll just type HTML. Basically has tags. So you have to open the HTML tag and the closing HTML. There's the opening and closing. HTML works in such a way that every tag that you open must have its closing. Most of the tags that you open must have its closing. So like HTML has the opening HTML tag and the closing HTML tag. Then we will try to give this site a title. For example, you can say welcome to Skyzone, and this is actually formed in a head section under HTML. So as I said, you have to open the head tag and the closing tag, and within this we will give the browser page title under the tag title, as you can see on your screen. Just do what I'm doing. Let me just pause a bit and go back. Yeah, my Xampp is complete. Let me just install it, show it in my folder. Let me install it. But I'm assuming on your end you've already done the installation. For me, I had assumed I'd already installed, but I had not installed. So let me just install it now, so that we can just go ahead and continue with our coding. So you can decide to use Xampp. If you're on Linux, you can use the Linux server. This basically simulates the web server. So once you're comfortable working with the local server, you should be able to comfortably work with even the web server. So I don't know why mine is taking long. Anyway, it's taking long. Maybe my machine is just slow. Alright. So I'll say yes. Then anyway, it will prompt me. So let me go back to the Sublime. Remember, when you open the title tag, under the title tag will say welcome to SkyZone. Welcome to SkyZone, which will be basically the title tag is the browser page title, the browser page label basically. So if you go to the browser here, whatever you're seeing here, like in this case download Xampp, in this case Xampp download success, in this case Sublime text download, that is actually what happens or appears under the title tag here, under the head section of your HTML code. So once we've already given our browser page the title, we can now open the body tag, where now the rest of the coding will be done. If you're doing style sheets, of course, all of them will actually appear under the head. But for now, as I said, it will just be a plain, simple HTML code. So as I've said, we're going to just display the word Hello SkyZone. And we'll put this Hello SkyZone in a paragraph. So a paragraph in HTML is just a p tag. So as I said, you have to open and close. So and inside the p tag, we'll just say hello, hyphen, or rather hello, sorry about that, hello, comma, SkyZone communications. And then we can put the exclamation marks if we want. Then we need to save this page. This basically is the entire web. This is your first website. Once you've done this and you're able to do this, just know you're able to do your first website. Congratulations on your end. This is your first simple website. So let's save it. As I said, since I have not yet installed the Xampp, I'll continue installing it. Important because I'll say okay. So let me set up my Xampp first, very fast. Then I can be able to save. I'll be able to show you where to save your website files. It will take a minute or two. So we will wait and see. So it's preparing to install. How do you want to open this up? I'll just say Google Chrome. I prefer Google Chrome. So continue. Vietnamese. Yeah. Anyway, I'll meet you after the installation. Just hold on. So I've finished installing it. Now that we have our code in place, this is called the Hello SkyZone website. It's a simple website. It doesn't have style sheets and all that. We'll learn how to add that along the way. So I want to show you where to save this file. So if you're on Notepad++, you can still go under File and you'll find Save As or Save. So I can just use Save As. Now, for those people who've installed Xampp, the directory where you'll save all your files will actually be under C, The Xampp folder will be under C, and that one will be under in my computer. My C folder, my C drive is under this PC. Then I'll come to Windows 7 C. Then I'll have to locate the folder called Xampp. Initially we were looking for it, it wasn't there, but right now you can see it's here, Xampp. Then now you'll find so many folders within Xampp, but the actual folder we are looking for where you'll store all your website files and folders will be this one here called htdocs. So under htdocs, you can now create a folder's name. You can give your website a name, any name that you think about. In this case, I'll give it the name Skyzone, because we said welcome to Skyzone. Now that is the name of our websites folder. So inside it is where we will save this particular code that we've created here, and I'll give it a name. For example, I can say skyzone.html. Remember, it's a HTML file. It has an extension called .html. If it's a PHP file, as we'll see later on, it will be .php. But for now, because we're dealing with HTML, we'll just say .html. So click save. And that's about it. You can see when the tags have changed, they become kind of, I think that is pink or something. That means the Sublime text editor has recognized that file as a HTML file because it has recognized the tags that are used. So now let's go back to the Xampp control panel. Remember, after you install Xampp, automatically it will run the control panel. Under it we have different modules. There's Apache, there's MySQL, there's FileZilla, Mercury, Tomcat. For now, I'll ask you to just start Apache alone, since we are dealing with HTML. When it will come time for us to save information entered through your website in a database, then we will be able to also have to start MySQL as a service. So for now, let's just start Apache, because that is what actually helps the browser interpret your code, your HTML code. So now that I've started it, let's go back to our browser and let's see how our website looks like. Open a tab. Now for you to access our website, remember I told you where you store your website files. It's under C, under the folder called Xampp, under another folder called htdocs. That is where you create all your website files. So all that will be summarized on the browser as http :/localhost. So this word localhost basically means you're using a local server that we've just started, and that is the Apache. Remember, under Xampp there was this Apache. So once you've started this, that is why we are able to run it under localhost. So you'll type http :/localhost / the name of the folder of the website. So we'll come back and see what we had named our folder. Under C, Xampp, let's just confirm. Our folder's name was, just hold on a bit. My machine is somehow slow. Under Xampp, then under htdocs, our folder was called, it's called Skyzone. It's here. So we'll come here and type Skyzone, then / the name of the file that you just saved within the Skyzone folder. In this case, it was I think skyzone.html. Yes, it's here. So you'll say skyzone.html. Once you click enter, you'll be able now to see hello Skyzone Communications. Now, congratulations, that is your first website. Remember, this is just the basic. It's not an enterprise kind of website. This is not a website you can do for your business or for a client or whoever. This is just I was just showing you how to use HTML in terms of doing a website within your machine. Now in the next episode, basically I'll be able to show you how to create a form where you'll be able to input, for example, the name, maybe your customer's name, their phone number, their emails, and save it in a database where you'll be able to retrieve it. There are websites where you go that ask you for the name of the customer or prospective customer, and their email and their phone number. So that is what I'll be able to show you next time. But I hope for now you're able to grasp all this. Take your time, go through this particular episode, and master your HTML coding skills. On your own free time, you can be able to research more on HTML codes or other HTML tags that will actually help you become a better designer and a better developer when it comes to HTML. Thank you so much. If you have any question, you can always comment down there. You can like this page, share it to those friends that you think this might be of help. Until next time, thank you very much. If you want personalized training on coding, you can always call our number 0797 333 251. That is 0797 333 251, or 0737 141 968. That is 0737 141 968, and we'll actually be there to help you. So till next time, as we learn how to create forms and storing those forms in a database, this has been me, Samuel, from Skyzone Communications. Have a nice evening.